Hey guys, happy Valentine's Day. I'm back today with a Valentine's Day inspired nail art video. Thank you so much Nail Reserve for sending me these goodies to play with today. If you guys don't know, Nail Reserve is a gel polish brand based in LA and they are vegan, cruelty free and chemicals free as well. They sent me a bunch of colors to play with, but because Valentine's Day is around the corner, I decided to use the two reds that I have. So first off, we're going to be mixing Fire Snow and Dark and Classy. I really liked the sparkles in Fire Snow, but it just was a little too light. So I mixed it in with Dark and Classy to kind of neutral and deepen the tone. I'm just mixing it in one of my mini contact cases. It's about a 2-to-1 ratio, 2 of the Fire Show and 1 of the Dark and Classy. I like mixing it in a contact case because it does keep it nice and airtight, so if I were to use the color again in the future, it is not a problem. Here is the one swatch next to the original Fire Show, and yes, it's just a little bit darker. So after putting base coat on all of our fingers, I'm taking a thin pencil brush and dipping it right into that concoction that we just made. Then I dotted about where I wanted my French tip to stop. And I just kind of drew the outline of my nails. One weird thing is I never like to do my French tip super thick because I feel like that kind of shortens the length of my fingers, if that makes sense. So I really only do the edge of my nails. Here I'm just fixing up the imperfections. Again, I am like a perfectionist. I do go in and clean up the edges with acetone on a flat brush. I also have a super thin pencil brush and I use that to go in and fix the really tiny details that really only I would see, but I am just a perfectionist, so I make sure everything is nice and crispy and outlined before I cure it. So I do go back and forth between the first brush and this really thin pencil brush. I'm going to avoid my ring finger for now because I have a different design in mind for that finger. We're going to repeat the same process for the middle finger. Honestly, because I've done friendships for so long on my channel, I think I might have mastered it. Usually it would take me like an hour or two to do both hands, but I think because I've mastered it from doing it so often, I was actually able to do both my hands under an hour. So I'm super proud of myself. So for the ring finger, I wanted to do 2 asymmetrical hearts kind of. So I'm going in first with a little dotting tool to place around where I want my heart shapes to be. And then I go in with the finer tip and I pretty much draw a third tinier dot and I connect it to the first 2 dots that we draw. I then flash cured it for about 10 seconds before moving in to our second heart. The idea for the second heart was meant to be a little bigger than the first one and I wanted it off-centered, so I placed it a little further up towards the tip of our fingers, and then going in with the same dotting tool and mini brush, I'm just drawing the outline of the heart and then filling it in with super thin strokes. As you guys can see, it's super easy to do, honestly. Like, I think hearts are probably one of the easier designs. You can't really mess it up really, but even when I do, I clean it up with a little bit of acetone, so it's not too big of a deal. Okay, I'm gonna quickly do our thumb last. For some reason, I always tend to do my thumbs last. I don't know what the issue is, but I feel like because my thumb is so wide that I almost always hate the designs that I do on there. So it just kind of gives me a peace of mind when I do all the other fingers first. Also, because the thumb is significantly bigger than the rest of my fingers, I notice that I tend to get super frustrated when I start with the thumb first, and then that kind of demotivates me from doing my other nails. So yes, pro tip, always start with the easier stuff first, especially when it comes to nails, because they do need a lot of patience. After curing everything for 60 seconds and sealing it off with top coat with another 60 seconds, here is the final look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Happy Valentine's Day, and I'll see you in the next one.